So, we're doing these interviews today and these past few days because you've played a lot of football, and rifle football means a lot to all of you. And you guys have a lot of good that's come out of them. I just want to hear, all the stories that you've had and all the things you've learned because of it, and, all of this, the whole experience of rifle football itself. So that's why we're here today, and that's why we're doing this and making you sit in this cold warehouse by ourselves. So, when did you start playing football?
I started playing in 7th grade, yeah.
And you've played up until this year?
No, I didn't play my sophomore year.
You did cross country that year?
Yeah.
So, when you first played in 7th grade, what made you go out for the team?
Honestly, I don't even know. I think I was when I started first getting to football, and I think the year before that I watched my first Super Bowl. I was like, wow, look at that. That looks pretty neat.
Yeah.
I want to do that,
Yeah.
and that's why I got into it.
So, and then coming into your senior year, has that reasoning changed?
Yeah, it has. It used to be, a little bit. It used to be because I love the sport. Just there's nothing else like it, There's not another sport like football. But it sort of transitioned into wanting to be there with my friends, experiencing something that I can't experience anywhere else,
Yeah.
A brotherhood or just an experience.
So it's the same reasoning, but it's just evolved into more at this point. It was just hanging out with your friends, playing sports, and now it's I've known these guys since those days. So that's why I'm doing this, because there's nobody else that means more to me than these people. So it's just evolving into something bigger at this point.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, hanging around those guys, I wasn't gonna find that anywhere else,
Yeah, still to this day, they've seen you through everything, through the wins, through the losses, through the good times, through the bad times. They've seen you through all of it. I just don't think there's anything else in life that really gives you that.
Yeah.
So, rifle football is very demanding when it comes down to how much you put into it. What motivated you every day to go to 0 hour?
I remember,
to do all of it, because it takes a lot. It's throughout the summer. There's no days off as for a rifle football player.
It's a very demanding program, that's why we're successful every year, because we have different expectations for what acceptable is. And I just remember every morning I would wake up, especially as a younger guy, as a sophomore, I would wake up and I would dread it so much. And eventually that got to me, and that's why I didn't play that year. But after that, it was the peer pressure. I didn't want to not show up and then have to see OD or see the people that did show up and have to explain that I was too lazy to show up when they were the ones that were there.
So you just Leo conforms to peer pressure is what I got at that.
The good peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Yeah.
Where do you find that dedication in yourself to go out there and be a rifle bearer every year?
It's like I said, it's that expectation that comes with the program.
Yeah.
If I wasn't playing, I feel if I didn't play rifle football, I wouldn't be as good of a person. I wouldn't have not learned so many things,
Yeah. So it's just being aware that rifle football makes good people.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you want to be one of those?
Yeah, exactly.
I feel you have a lot of people in your life that are there for you when it comes to football. You have a good family, you have an amazing girlfriend. If you could think one of those people for just being there and always being aware of you being successful, who would that be?
That would have to be my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. She knows, she's always worried for me. I told her that, she knows, she's seen football games. She's seen me get hurt.
Yeah.
She's seen me, in hospitalized because of a concussion. And through that, she still, was there. She showed up every home game.
Yeah.
And she took pictures with me, even when I didn't play.
Yeah.
She was just happy for me, And I feel that was perfect. That was the support I needed.
Looking down on the field and that's my kid. There can't be a better feeling than that. So I think that's why a lot of people have said their parents are the most why they go out there and play. Would you say the same thing?
My parents, I wouldn't say I played for my parents, because my parents, they were supportive and they were glad that I was doing something. But I played for the experience. I played for my friends. Like I played to be part of something big, you know? I didn't play because like my parents wanted me to or anything like that. I played because I wanted to, you know?
Yeah, because it was that deep down, like, I want to do this, I want to do the best that I can.
Yeah.
That's a very good answer, actually. So, I mean, we're done, you know, we're seniors this year. You know, you've played since you were, you know, a freshman in high school. You've been that freshman. What advice do you give to next year's seniors? Because that's their year. Like, we had our year. What's their year now?
Well, I hope they can lead by example, you know? It's important for the, what do I say? It's important to leave it better than how they find it, you know? Like, it's important for them to lead the people under them so they can keep that culture going of like a great program with great kids in it, you know?
Yeah, and then you've been that freshman walking into zero for your first day and walking into the locker room. What do you give advice to the freshmen for next year?
Go to 0 hour.
Yeah.
Go to 0 hour, yeah. And just stick with it. Eventually, they're going to have their time in the light, and I think that's what's important.
Do you consider yourself a role model among the school?
Among the school?
As well as like your teammates as well.
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes, because like people, like obviously the freshmen, they're little, like they just get into something new. It's important for them to be able to see someone and like have an example, you know, of how things should be, how things will continue to be. And like I've always been a nice guy, you know, so I feel like if they can see things like that, then they're gonna grow up and they're gonna want to treat people well.
So just making sure the next generation is good people.
Yeah.
Just make sure they have a role model to look up to and be like, I want to be like Leo. Because I want to be like Leo. So, I mean, that's the ultimate goal in life.
Yeah.
What do you think people will remember about you from, you know, your time at Rifle High School?
I'm gonna go ahead and say like I was always smiling, you know. I always walked in ready to handle things like I was always being nice to people. I was always trying to be polite, and I think that's what's probably gonna go ahead.
I know from like going to school with you, there wasn't a bad class and there wasn't a bad day with you because we would get stuff done, but we would enjoy it and we would have fun. Your smile caused so many other people to smile because it just brightened people's day because you would make things better. So I definitely think that the younger classmen will be like, yeah, just be like Leo and, you know, try to make, because you made every day the best it could be, no matter what it was like. I think that is a good thing to continue on. So you've played a lot of football. What was your best win?
Best one. That's hard.
What really made you, you know, have that Leo smile?
I think I'm gonna say the Delta game because I actually played that game. You know, I started that game, and I just felt like usually I'm on the sideline, so that game I felt like I really earned. Like I earned it with the other 11 brothers on the field. You know, I felt like I earned winning like I earned with them, like winning that game.
Part of that win.
Yeah.
Was that this year's Delta game?
Yeah, this year's Delta game.
So that was in the rain, in the freezing cold. You guys had a rough first start because I was there.
Yeah.
That was a really good game to watch because it really showed you guys, to other people watching, it showed you guys how much you work. Like, you didn't give up that second half and you came back and put it in and brought home a win because of it. So I would agree it was a super good game. That was good to watch.
Yeah.
On the other end of that, what was the hardest loss that you went through and what did it teach you?
I think it was a resurrection game because honestly, like we thought going in that like it wasn't gonna be the end of the season, and like we just weren't expecting the season to end so abruptly.
Yeah.
Like I never once went through my mind like, oh man, what if we lose this game? Like what if? Well, actually, that did go through my mind when we were playing, but like before that, it wasn't like, well, I just want to stop playing. I want to go home. Like I don't want to go to practice anymore. But once like it set in that we weren't gonna win, I was like, man, I learned that, you know, even though that we lost and the season's over, like I learned a lot. You know, I had an experience.
Yeah.
and that like losing this game isn't that like the complete and total end for me, you know?
Yeah. I mean, when it comes down to it, who do you think is the most proud of you for your football?
I'm gonna say my parents. You know, they stuck with me through a lot of the hard times, and they know like how demanding the program is. And me weighing 150 pounds and playing as a lineman, they were just proud to see me when I did go out there, to see me play and like, you know, just go hard, even though I probably shouldn't be out there in the first place.
Yeah. And then, who do you think was the most hard on you when it came down to like your football career? Could be yourself, could be a coach, could be your parents.
I'm gonna say OD, but it wasn't like really the football career, because like I wasn't out on the field that much, you know. OD was hard on me during 0 hour, when I had him in classes, you know, and he was hard on me because he wanted me to be better, you know, and that's great. That's why I love that guy.
I think that higher expectation that the football kids are held to is such an important thing, because like you have to be the best that you can be, and that means in every aspect of going to that school, in every aspect of being a person. So I think that it shows a lot that he cared enough about you to be like, yeah, I expect more from you because of this. So what makes a great football player, just in general?
In general, great football player. I'm gonna say superficially, a great football player is athletic and he's willing to go hard, you know? And that's what makes a great football player.
So because there's a large difference between an amazing football player and an amazing rifle football player, what do you think the difference is?
Oh, there's a big difference, because, you know, going out and playing games as a rifle football player, I don't remember one game where we were bigger than the other team. Like, never.
I don't remember that.
And yeah, and I believe a great football player isn't timid, you know? When you get on the field, you go hard. Like, it's all out, you know? You can't be timid when you step on the field, and that's what makes a great football player.
Yeah. I think even when we were in middle school, we would go out on the field and go, man, you know, number 72 is so big. And that last game that I filmed, I heard Wyatt go, man, number 55 is so big. And I was like, so it doesn't end, but it didn't stop you guys. You guys have that. He's big, but we're not big, but we got the heart to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's next for Leo?
I'm gonna go off to college, and I'm just really glad that I had the experience of football, like high school football, because honestly, I can't keep playing football. That's it for me in the football, for my football career. But I'm just glad I had that experience, and I'm off to, you know, starting a life after football, after high school, starting like the real world stuff, you know.
What did football teach you about the real world?
That you just got to go out there and be tough, you know, like mentally. You can't feel bad for yourself. You just got to go out and attack everything that you can attack, you know, like everything that comes at you, you have to take it and do your best. I'm Leo Juarez, and I'm a rifle football player.
Perfect.